I'm going to do a short video today on how to install a trigger kit into a Glock. This particular kit comes from DK Custom Triggers, and it's the custom kit. It's probably best suited for competition, and I'm going to be putting it into one of my carry optics Glocks for USPSA carry optics division. Alright, first things first, let's test the factory trigger pull to see how much of an improvement we get with the DK kit. I'm going to try and do this as consistently as possible. It's not going to be perfect, but it ought to give us a good idea. Alright, that's 7 pounds, 4.5 ounces. Alright, 7 pounds, 4 ounces again. And 7 pounds, 8 ounces. First thing you need to do when installing the DK Customs trigger kit is to field strip the gun. The gun again is unloaded. Pull the trigger, pull it back just a little bit, pull down on the slide release levers, pull the slide off, and pull the recoil spring out. Now this is a Gen 3 recoil spring with an adapter to make it work in a Gen 4 gun. Pull the barrel out, and then I've got just a little punch here to make a Glock tool that'll do the same thing. There's a little piece of plastic you push down. See how it's springy? I'm going to push that piece down and then slide off the, I don't even know what this is, the slide plate. Pull that off. Then you can pull back up on the striker. Pull out the striker assembly. You can also pull out the ejector spring, or extractor spring, excuse me. Then you have the striker safety little plunger here. Push it down, you can pull out the extractor. Pull out this little plunger, and there's a spring underneath it. It may or may not stay with it. Ideally, or you need to pull it out because the new kit comes with its own separate one. Alright, so we're going to put these two, the striker assembly and this little plunger aside. We'll put all the slide parts aside as well. And then for the frame, take out this top frame pin, just push it straight out. This bottom pin here, you may have to wiggle the slide stop lever to get it to come out. And it just pushes straight out. Pull out the slide stop, pry up on this, I can't remember, it's some kind of a block, I don't remember what it's called here. Pull that out. And push this rear trigger assembly pin out. That comes out, and this entire trigger assembly comes out as well. I'm going to put that off to the side, as well as the rearmost pin that came out of the frame, because the DK kit comes with a pin. So to swap the new parts in, this is the part that came from DK. We're just going to drop it into place, just like the old one came out. I'm going to put the new rear pin into place. Pop that down just like that. We're going to put this block back into place here. Slides back in. Put the top pin in first. Then we're going to put the slide stop lever back in place. You see it's got this spring. It actually needs, that spring needs to go underneath the pin that you just put into place. Slides in that gap, and that spring is going underneath that pin. And then installing this bottom pin, you're going to have to kind of wiggle around that slide stop lever to get it to go into place, and it'll kind of pop in. Should kind of stay centered. All right, that's that. We'll put the frame aside and work on the slide. First thing to do, I'm going to put all those parts here. Going to put the new plunger and spring in. And if we push down on it, should be able to pop the extractor in place. So I push down on the plunger, push the extractor into place, and then let up on the plunger and it'll stay. And you put the plunger spring and rod back in to this little hole there. Slide the new striker assembly into the larger hole here. And then the easiest way, get this centered up with the camera, is to start the slide plate on, push down with a punch onto that little sleeve on the striker assembly, and then push forward or push up on the slide plate, and that'll pop over, it'll go over the top of that striker assembly, and then push down this spring plunger here, and then it pops into place. Alright, put it back together, put the barrel on, put this little adapter into place so I can use the Gen 3 recoil spring and guide rod. And then we will slide the frame back on. That was simple enough. Now let's test the trigger pull with the DK kit. Alright, that is 3 pounds, 3.6 ounces. 3 pounds, 2.7 ounces. 3 pounds, 1.4 ounces. So as you can see, it's a huge difference. It's a lot smoother pull. It doesn't have the wall that the factory trigger has. It just kind of pulls straight through. It works really well. I've got these in both my my carry optics guns. It's great out of the box. As you can see, I reduced the weight by over half. Really easy to take long shots with this just over 3 pound trigger. Alright, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And got some new video ideas that hopefully you're going to drop pretty soon. I'm going to try and film them in the next day or two. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.